India is in crisis mode right now. Why? Because US has just slapped sanctions on an Indian company over Iran's missile drone links. Hello and welcome to TimesXP. I am Dhriti Athri, and tonight a blockbuster story straight out of Washington has hit India really hard. An Indian company, Farmlane Private Limited, has been sanctioned by the US. Yes, sanctioned. You know what the allegation is? The allegation is that it helped Iran build missiles and drones. Let's talk about what's really the deal here is. Well, the US Treasury's powerful enforcement arm says that Farmlane and its associated networks, they moved hundreds of tons of key materials that went straight into Iran's missiles and their drone factories. In fact, they transported the material that traveled from China through a network spanning the UAE, Turkey, Germany, India, and landed at Iran's Defense Industries Organization. Well, the Treasury says that this is not business as usual. It's weapon building, and the US says that they are shutting it down. India is affected. For Indians watching this, the implications, they are huge. An Indian company is named in a high-profile US sanction list. India's defense and export controls could come under intense scrutiny now. It sends a clear signal to all the Indian firms that we be very, very careful. The world is watching. For every Indian tech worker, every Indian manufacturing unit, the message is loud and clear. Reason enough to take the notice. And in the meantime, the response from US was explosive. American officials took no prisoners. They said that Iran is exploiting global supply chain, funding the terror network producing missiles and drones, and they promised maximum pressure. Let me simplify this for you. They are signaling chokehold tactic on Iran's missile production, and using Indian companies are now very visible in that screen light. Here's a bigger game that is at play. We are not just talking about sanctions here. We are talking geopolitics. We are talking about Iran trying to rebuild its missiles and drone force after the Gaza flare-ups. India's rising role in global supply chain, but also its growing exposure to the sanction risks. The US setting precedent, one that can affect Indian companies in defense, material and logistics. Now, if you're an Indian who's watching this, let me tell you what you should do. If you're an Indian business owner, engineer, supply chain manager, pay attention. Know what you export, know who you work with, know which material can go where. If you deal in chemicals, advanced components, defense items, you are in spotlight. In the end, an Indian company is sanctioned. India's global business reputation is at stake. The US-Iran geopolitics, it just came knocking on India's door. The world is changing fast. And for India, well, it's time to stay alert, stay compliant, stay ahead.